We are out here on the little deck. It's so beautiful out here today.
Yeah, I want to stay here.
I know. It is we're getting into the heart of spring. So we've asked our gardening all-stars, Shirley Bobshaw, Christy Wilhelmi, and David Walrod to come in and join us. Talk about the best plants we can start placing in our gardens today. I'm going to start with you, Shirley, because just because you're closer.
Yeah.
And your last.
Is that the only reason?
And, well, we're going alphabetically here.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, is that even the case?
That makes me laugh.
Yeah, you're
no.
last always. Well, where do we start? Where do we begin?
Well,
what do we put in the ground?
Okay, if you're in an area that is a cold winter area, if your ground has thawed out and it's warming up, it's time to plant. Perfect time for annual color plants like alyssum, lobelia. You can get some of your geraniums in right now. Just about any plant that is a seasonal plant can go in the spring. Also, perfect time to get landscaping plants in, including trees and that vegetable garden, which I know that Christy specializes in that.
Yeah. All right, so ladies first. I'll have to jump over.
Obviously.
So where do we go? Well, we're looking for this vegetables. Where do we turn to at this time of year?
Right. So vegetables, the same thing that Shirley said. If you live in a cold climate where the ground freezes over, this is your cool weather season. So those are things like brassicas, all of your greens, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, kohlrabi, Brussels sprouts, kale, my favorite, collard greens, and then you can plant things like lettuces, and you can put in things like strawberries and all of that. But if it's warm for you this time of year, we're really in California getting into the warm season, so we're putting in our hot weather crops right now.
You
Green
put
beans, tomatoes,
Yeah.
peppers,
Yeah.
eggplant, green beans, corn, squash, cucumbers.
Oh, yeah.
All of
Sure.
those things are going in right now, so that's the perfect time for that.
And David, what tips should we be focusing on?
And I just want to point out, we did save the best for last.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a sweetheart.
I just had to, I
Love
didn't want
David.
to, you know, we try to make everybody feel at home.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Speaking of tomatoes, if you're still getting cool at night, you can actually lay out dark colored rocks. My mom actually painted rocks black and put them around your tomato plants to keep the heat in at night, and that helps out a lot
That's
too.
interesting.
Whatever you do, whatever plants you buy, don't go for instant gratification. Don't go for the big bloomers in the nursery. Go for the plants that are healthy green, that have buds, you know, that are still small, and put them in your landscape and let them grow into your landscape when root development is happening, not so much flower development.
That's true. As a matter of fact, I always tell my clients, take those beautiful flowers that you buy in a plant and take them off. That way your plant can start acclimating, get those roots into the soil. That's what it needs to concentrate on.
And I go sometimes to, I'll go to the store and I'll look and they don't have a great selection. Is there a time of the week that they get best deliveries, do you think, or should I come back?
Thursday. Oh, mine's Monday.
Ask your
You have-
nursery.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause they will tell you when their delivery days are, and that's the time to show up, because otherwise some
Get
of them
picked over.
will try and pass off plants that are a little past their prime.
Sure.
Sure.
So we have a
Yeah,
Facebook
we have a
comment.
Facebook question. This is from Maureen Knoll, and this is her question. I planted my very first flower seeds many years ago, and when my husband and I bought our first, she did when they bought their first home, I wanted the yard to look beautiful when he returned from deployment, thank you for serving, with the Navy. Unfortunately, they had not flowered when he returned, and in his eagerness to do yard work, he pulled them all out thinking they were weeds.
Bummer.
Yeah.
That was his gift to himself.
They're still married, which is good, I
Beautiful.
assume. No, so how do you resolve a situation like that? What do you?
Plant markers.
Yeah.
That helps.
You're planting. Oh, markers
Plant
for the
markers.
plant.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was like,
right, take
what am I?
a Sharpie.
What's a marker? You want me to plant?
Yeah,
it?
you're a
As a
know,
matter of fact, I do something kind of, I like to think it's a little clever and unique for the vegetable garden. A lot of times when we seed it out, we're waiting for growth and there's nothing to look at. So I got these cute figurines like little ducks and little animals that they look like they're waiting, they're nodding, and they're water resistant, so they look pretty. You have little sculptures to look at while you're waiting for your plants to grow, and they also mark the different plants.
How long do we wait? I mean,
Well,
I mean,
matter of-
obviously, but
It's only a matter of weeks.
It depends on
Depends
the
on what you're
variety that
planting.
you're growing. The seed packets will usually tell you on the back days to germination, and some seed packets even come with a little diagram, little design of what it looks like when it's sprouting, so you can identify that.
Right. Sure.
And that way You know, I like to put things, I like to mark things in my calendar, so an actual reminder will pop up and tell me when something's supposed to be germinated, so if it hasn't by then, I can replant.
Right, and check for viability of the seed too. A lot of seeds will lose their viability or their abilities to sprout after 2-3 years. So if they're sitting in a nursery or home garden center and they haven't checked their inventory, there might be some bad seeds.
So look, there are a lot of mistakes we make. Mine and my little calendar is like pick up groceries, dry cleaning. I don't put in the germination thing, but that's a mistake I must be making. When we come back, we have common mistakes we all make, so don't feel bad. Just come and join the party because you're probably included.
All right.